Hey guys, Tim Walling here with SC Legal Carry. If you need a concealed weapons permit, please look us up online at sclegalcarry.com to get your CWP. Well folks, I've been getting a lot of calls lately from different individuals. They've been asking me, how do I get involved in guns? How do I purchase my first gun? How do I get my concealed weapons permit? Where does all this begin for me? So what I decided to do was to put together a small video here. And we're going to do this in chunks. So we'll start with picking out and buying your first firearm. And we're going to look at a semi-automatic and a revolver as we go through this series. And then we're going to look at holsters, magazine holders, snap caps, using snap caps, cleaning your firearms, way to practice with your firearm both at home, at the range. We're definitely going to look at how to secure that firearm, keep it out of the hands of children, okay? So we'll do that in small little videos. So this video will just begin with going gun shopping for the first time. Your polymer firearm is going to be lighter than an all steel firearm. Now you're wanting something to carry concealed, so you need a relatively smaller firearm. You don't need a tiny firearm, but you do need it small enough where you can conceal it, and you're wanting to use it at home. So let's get a middle of the road gun that you can use for concealed carry and for at-home protection. And now we don't want to invest a lot of money. You're just getting started. This is your first firearm. So there's a lot of different firearms out there that you can choose. Your hand size is going to make a big difference in buying the firearm. So obviously you're going to want one that fits your hand. So you're heading to the gun store to purchase your first gun. What's going to be involved in that? When you arrive at the gun store, every salesman is going to try to sell you something different. So you need to try to cut through all of that and determine exactly what you need. So hopefully this video will help lead you that way to help you choose the firearm that you're going to need for what you're going to do with it. They're made different sizes, made for different things. So you got to get the one for what you plan to use it for, okay? So once you get to the gun store, there'll be a lot of options you can look at. So remember, when you're looking at the firearms, don't point the firearms at anyone. Point them off into the distance, or maybe just past the salesman at the counter while you're looking at it. Most gun stores have trigger locks on the firearms. So if they have a trigger lock on it, you're not going to be able to test the trigger on the gun. But if they don't, ask them, can you pull the trigger and feel the trigger on the firearm? After you pick out the firearm you want, you're going to have to do some paperwork. So the paperwork you're going to have to fill out, this is an ATF form. This is the 4473. Everybody that buys a firearm from an FFL holder has to fill this form out, okay? Don't be intimidated by it. Have your ID, have your driver's license with you. Now remember, the address on your driver's license has got to match the address you put on here. So if the address on your driver's license is not your current address, go ahead and get a new driver's license and make that address be current on the license before you go to purchase the firearm, all right? Now, you'll just fill this out, basic information, name, address, some personal information. They're going to ask you some things about ethnicity, race. Just fill all this in on the front. There's a series of questions that you have to answer down the side here. Make sure you read these carefully and you answer these questions honestly as you fill this form out. Your FFL holder, they'll tell you how to fill this out. When you open it up on the second page, you'll need to sign it and date it right here at the top. That'll be the only thing you'll do, is sign and date at the top. Your FFL holder will fill this out, and he'll fill this section out, okay? So he's going to use this form along with your driver's license, and he's going to call in the background check. He should be able to do that. It shouldn't take too terribly long. Generally, if they put it in the computer, it goes through the computer. They should get it back shortly. But if you get a delay, they'll tell you when to return to the store to pick up the firearm. And if you, for some reason, get turned down for the firearm, they'll give you a brochure of who you can contact and how you can find out why you were turned down for the firearm. But let's say you go to the store, you pick out your firearm, you fill out your 4473 form, and they call it in. 5 minutes later, you're approved, so you're able to purchase your gun and leave the store. If you buy a firearm from an individual, say your neighbor wants to sell you a pistol, he or she can sell you that pistol, and there's no legal paperwork between individuals in the state of South Carolina. So to protect yourself, make your own personal bill of sale, or you can go to your local FFL and let them know, I want to purchase this gun from my neighbor, and my neighbor is with me as the firearm. We would like for you to log it into your FFL book. We'd like for you to get me to fill out the 4473 form, do the background check on me, and then place the gun in my name in your FFL book is really the proper way to do that. So you've gone to the store, you filled this out, you've got your firearm, okay? So we're going to take you through your gun, cleaning the firearm, practicing at home, going to the range, practicing, improving, and then heading to your CWP class to get your concealed carry permit. We're going to talk about securing the firearm, a lot of different things going into this. So that's kind of where we're at on the first video. So watch for the next video be coming out shortly. And again, folks, remember, be a responsible adult. Secure your firearms. Don't push your responsibility off onto a child. Till next time, take care, everybody.